Hello and welcome back to the Emberclaw Clan of New Reach and of course to RimWorld. Where we left off, we basically got this room all cleared out. They're just doing the final stages of that now so that we can go ahead and finally build our ideology room. Now, because this room is not going to have a roof in the middle, we are going to remove, did I just remove more than I needed to on here? Yeah, I don't want to deconstruct that even a little bit. And I don't want to deconstruct that either. I believe that is all the ones that I accidentally deconstructed. And then I'll zoom in a little bit more this time, unselect that one, and deconstruct those air conditioners as well. Because this is going to be open to the elements, so there's no real point in trying to heat it. With that getting dealt with, the other things that I want to go ahead and do today include upgrading our perimeter walls, fixing our power situation, getting some solar, and potentially also utilizing this steam geyser down here, and moving on with research. But before we get all into that, I do want to mention that I added a couple more mods. I know, I'm sorry. I added the research tree continued, which I'll show you in just a second here. I also added better GC and performance optimizer to hopefully get a little bit more performance out of my game because it was starting to slow down just a little bit. I did a little bit of a test with them. They all seem to be working just fine. I put them all pretty much at the bottom, made sure Rocket Man was still at the very, very bottom, and I really didn't have any issues whatsoever. And in terms of the research screen, it now looks like this, which is overwhelming, sure, but a lot cleaner overall. The one thing that is absolutely fantastic with this mod is it divides all of your researchers into the different eras, right? So we have all of our Neolithic research over here. We haven't finished all of it, but we've finished enough of it to get moving on to the next age. Medieval research is all of these green ones in here, and then all of this over here is industrial. So there are a couple more things that I want to get from the industrial research. Starting with, I would like to get solar panels up and running just so that we can, you know, make our power production just that little bit better. If I can find it, I know it's in here somewhere. It is a little bit harder to find things every now and then. You can, of course, search if you really want to, but I know it's in here somewhere. There it is, solar panel. And we're going to start with that. And then I think I want to move into deep drilling and the ground penetration scanner so that we can potentially get a little bit more steel going. And then we'll probably switch gears and move back onto doing some of this medieval research so that we can eventually go ahead and advance the age to industrial. But with that all being said, I think we're pretty much ready to go. The only other thing is to decide what gun we want our non-shooting pawns to have, right? Because currently we've got a couple of DMRs going on and everyone else has crossbows. And that's all well and good, but crossbows aren't going to cut it for much longer. So I'm going to give everyone else a bullpup rifle. I'm going to make 10 of those. I would like to counter-equipped. This is going to be 52% or above, normal to legendary quality. Take to best stockpile, that'll be fantastic. And then we need some ammo for this. So these take 5.56 by 45 NATO rounds. So we'll jump into our ammo packing station, search that up, 5.56 45mm NATO, and we are again going to go with the armor penetrating rounds. 2 until X, and I will say X is 1000. Don't count equipped, that'll be absolutely fantastic. All right, with that all said and done, I think we are ready to run this game just for a little bit as they clean all of this up, and then we'll start working on what this ideology room is actually gonna look like. Oh, and I completely forgot, we had steel over here that we can actually go ahead and mine, which is fantastic because we were running a little bit low. I'm just gonna go ahead and select similar, say mine all of those veins, and that will give us a little bit more steel to work with in our base. And before we get to design our ideology room, we are having a raid coming in. This is the Kanga Pact. There is a decent amount of them. Let's just double check how many there are. There are 35 of them, but honestly, they should be okay. I think these mostly have bows. We have a couple of frontier pistols and some double action revolvers, double action shotgun, double barrel shotgun. They should all make their way up through here. Not all of our traps are built, but, you know, I think we're going to be absolutely fine. Just let me double check. They are going to prepare for a while, so that is absolutely fine. We have no reason to go over here, so they're more than welcome to just hang out while we continue doing things. Hopefully get a little bit more of this as well. What do we have here? Gold. Nice. Perfect. All right, I will speed through this, and once they start attacking, we'll draft everyone up, and we should, in theory, be able to dispatch them quite quickly and quite easily. And there they go. That didn't take any time at all. I will go ahead and draft. I'm going to draft both of my melee people first. I'm going to put them on the back line, draft everybody else, and throw them on the front line. I think it's probably about time we also removed these because they're really not helping at all. They take forever to reload, and we have better weapons on the way. So I will go ahead and mark all of those for deconstruction, and I think that'll be absolutely fine. But I really don't see any issues coming in with this raid here. They should just make their way in. A couple of them will get taken down by traps, and then as soon as they come through here, they should get absolutely blasted by our guns. And yeah, we shouldn't have any problem at all scaring these guys off. Already, all of them are suppressed. They're really not getting anywhere, and they are now fleeing. Absolutely fantastic. Perfect. Now, in terms of what we're looking for people to go to our outposts, if we take a look over here at the ground penetrating scanner, right click, by the way, if you're switching over to this research table, this requires an advanced component, and we currently have no way of producing those. The only way that we have to produce those, if I jump back into the world map, is, once it loads, if we find our outpost that is producing these at the moment, if we get total skill of 50, we can then go ahead and produce advanced components. Cumulative crafting skill at the moment is 33, so I'm really looking for crafters more than anything else at this stage to go ahead and get drafted into those outposts. So let's have a quick look at what we've got. You don't have any crafting. You don't have any crafting. You're dead. You don't have any crafting. You don't have any crafting. Oh, this is slim pickings here. You have animals, and then I don't know who else is still up. You have not much at all. Again, not much at all. Anyone else down? Yeah, you. And if I can select them there. Where are they? There you are. Bio, again, no, I can't even recruit you. Okay, so really slim pickings there. That sort of just is what it is. It's unfortunate. I'm going to go ahead and say finish off all of those guys. Everyone can now get undrafted. And I think we can start working on this ideology room. So I'm going to jump into a quick time lapse as I design this out, and we'll come back in a little bit. Alright, so something like that I think will work out. We have these wooden Anima slabs on the sides. They are flammable, but it is what it is. And then we have drums and fireplaces along these walls. We have pews and a lectern over here with a ritual spot down there. I did decide to move my large nature shrine inside. I know that it's going to get a penalty, but I think it's going to just work out better. It's a lot less distance to travel. It's also, the penalty's not that bad. And I also added these growing zones in here, which are all going to house maple trees. Now, they cannot be under a roof, but that is exactly the reason we said to remove that roof area in there. And I believe that is enough of the roof removed to get those to grow. So that is the general plan. I'm going to let them get onto that. This is all pretty much dealt with. We don't need to worry about any of that, and that should be nice and good to go. I completely forgot about this, but our sewage outlet is over here, and that's not going to work out so well because every time we get a raid, they're going to run straight past it and they are going to destroy it. So I think the simplest way to go ahead and deal with that is to go ahead and rebuild it, and then I am just going to go ahead, jump into my architect menu, grab myself some granite walls and say, please wall that in. Grab myself a door, that can go right there. And then just to make sure that if it does get destroyed, we rebuild it, I will include this all to be in my home zone so that we don't have to worry about that too much. And this should also be coming out to right about there. Perfect. And that should be good. Let me just double check that the rest of my home zone is okay. It looks like it is, and we will continue on building all of this up and getting a move on. So we'll come back in a little bit. All right, Matthew has become a child. Absolutely fantastic. They do have a bedroom. This is going to be Matthew's bedroom if I can find them. Where is Matthew? Matthew. Oh, I know why. I need to say remain native first, and then I should be able to come in here and find Matthew. There you are. Maybe you already have a bed. Where did you find a bed? Oh, it's because you're still assigned to this. That makes sense. All right, so Matthew is going to sleep up there. We do eventually need to get some flooring in here. I believe they were just slabs, so we'll go marble slabs. We'll get that done. Queued up. It'll probably take a little bit, but that's okay. Our research is almost complete for solar panels as well. I am just going to let that happen. Our defenses are getting better at this point, so I think making progress at the cost of having raids is okay, especially because we are looking for people with some crafting skill. Apparently that's not going to trigger a raid anyway, so perfect. All right, with solar panel done, the next thing I would like to go ahead and do is deep drilling, and then I'm going to queue up ground penetrating scanner after that. We can't quite build them yet because we don't have those advanced components, but we can at least get them researched and ready to go. Now, in terms of solar panels, we should have a decent amount of stone coming out from over here. Steel, sorry. So I will go ahead and get them placed. Now, in terms of how many I need, I don't know. But for right now, I think I'm just going to go for a nice line back here. Something like that. I might cancel the middle ones. We'll just leave it as such. Then I just need to grab this grow zone and say, please expand into here, because this is currently not part of that grow zone anymore. Can we come up to there as well? Yes, we can. Perfect. Add that, add all of that up to here if we can. No, that doesn't count. Okay. Well, that's annoying. Let me fix this up and I'll come back. All right, that should be good. The only other thing that I do want to change is I no longer want to plant this cotton. We currently have 13,000 cotton. That seems excessive to me, so I'm going to stop planting that. I will keep going on the hay grass. Wheat, how are we doing? How much wheat do we have? Probably a lot if I am going to guess. Let's select similar. We have 3,400. No, we'll keep growing that. I think that'll be okay. And then this is all fiber corn. This is all celery. These are not in zones anymore. Well, that's annoying. What are you? You're celery. Okay, so we can expand that up. Get another one in there. Say, you are please celery, and that should be fine. All right, I will continue on. I'll let them build this and get on with our research, and we'll come back in a little bit. So we have a trader on the map, and we really need to clear out a whole bunch of our junk, so I am just gifting them everything. That is going to give us a whole bunch of relations with the Alswin clan from -11 to 46. So I think that was definitely worth doing. We do have another trader on their way as well, so we might be able to clear out a little bit more, but for right now, I'm going to let them continue on. All right, research finished, deep drilling, absolutely fantastic. We can't actually do anything with that other than get stone blocks, but that's not what we're about. So we also have a raid coming in. Looks like they are attacking immediately, and honestly, this shouldn't be too much of an issue. Again, we're just going to grab everybody, draft them up, send them down here. Ruben and Puma can go ahead and get drafted behind them, and this raid should pretty much deal with itself. So let's speed this up. Get everyone in. Someone's lagging behind. I don't know who. Emily. We must have been down digging or something. And, oh, hold on a second. What is happening? Are these guys breaches? Did I... Oh, no. I misread. Well, that's unfortunate. Let's go ahead and instead grab everyone with a long-range gun. We will move them to... I don't want to move up too close. If I can move them maybe a little bit further in there, might be okay. Let's grab everybody else. They can stand behind for the moment. Ribbon and Puma, just get in the general vicinity, please. And let's hope that this doesn't mess with us too much. Looks like they're going for the geothermal generator. We should be able to get some decent shots on them with our gun people. Ribbon and Puma, I want you behind them. These guys don't really matter. They can just sort of stay back for now, and we'll use our guns to try and take these guys out nice and efficiently without any real risk to ourselves. We have a couple of people in here, but I'm not too concerned about that. They are now fleeing. Absolutely fantastic. All right, that means everyone can now be undrafted. That was a mistake on my behalf. I did not read that correctly at all. Let's see if there's anyone worth taking. You're unwaveringly loyal. You have some crafting skill. You are bleeding out in 0.8 hours. That is Barbo Kurgel Briro. So I will take Medic, draft them, and we'll use Stabilize on... Hopefully this stabilizes the right person. And you, I don't want... You're unwaveringly loyal. Let's just wait for a couple of these guys to move away a little bit more. You I don't want, you I don't want. I really just... Well, we could probably capture you. You have some decent plant skill. That might be useful. You're unwaveringly loyal. You have a little bit of crafting skill. We can try and capture you. If I don't get all of these guys, I'm not particularly concerned about it. If we do, fantastic. You have a little bit of crafting skill. And you have a little bit of mining skill. So I'll set all that up. Whether or not we get them all is a different story. I will just go ahead and say everyone except for Medic, stop what you're doing. Just to reset their priorities to try and go and do this. Medic is on their way over, but I really doubt that this is going to happen. I will also set them to be captured, just to make sure that we do get them in case we manage to stabilize them. Oh, that's the wrong person. Cancel. You. Yeah, you're the one I want. I can't do it because the capture thing only works if they're not bleeding out in less than an hour. Looks like we've got one of them. I don't know. Oh, no, they're just being hauled. Okay, that's fine. Let me just check my work priorities. I'm going to set capturing to priority 1. That might help out a little bit more. That is done. Now we can go ahead and look for them. That was you. Yeah, you have the crafting skill. Capture Medic. I will undraft you and capture... I think it's that one. Yeah, perfect. All right, the rest should hopefully get captured by some people at some point. Potentially. Medic, can you please go and tend that person? That would be fantastic, rather than just leaving them there. We'll haul their weapon away so that they can't take it. If we don't get anyone else, it sort of is what it is. Yeah, and it looks like they're all dying. It looks like they're all dying, unless we want you. You have some plant skill. Yeah, I don't really care that much. I don't really care that much. And I don't think either of these guys were worth taking either. Well, you have plant skill. Let's try it. See if anyone will actually go and do it. Oh, everyone's scared because this guy got up. Okay, Medic, you're drafted. Just shoot at this guy, please. Down them. Perfect. They had a little bit of plant skill, so we'll try and capture them if we can. Let's go ahead and undraft Medic. I believe that's... Oh no, there's still one more. Okay. Dragon. Draft. Shoot at them. Perfect. Undraft. Do I want you? You have a plant skill. Yeah, we might be able to take them. Alright, Medic has stabilized them, and we have a couple of prisoners. Perfect. We didn't get everyone we wanted, but, you know, it's better than nothing. So let's select everything in this room to be hauled quite urgently because I don't want... Oh, okay, I missed. I don't want anything in there, and then we'll go ahead and set these prisoners to be recruited. Absolutely fantastic. Ueli is having a heart attack. That is not ideal. In terms of your health, that is heart attack painful. Medic, can you tend? I think Medic is still our best doctor. Let me just double check. Yeah, they are. So I will get Medic to do that. Prioritize tending, and then I will also use Preach Health and the healing Psycast on them once they've been tended. Because I really don't want that to happen. We potentially could try and steal a heart from one of our prisoners as well, and that might not be a terrible idea. But for right now, medic, go ahead and preach health there. And then also use this, whatever it's called. If I can hover over it for long enough or pause the game. No, I can't. I just can't see. That's all right. They are currently preaching health. Done. And then we'll go ahead and use that psycast on them. Anders is rescuing them. Okay. It's not quite what I wanted. I don't think we actually got that off. But that's fine. Medic can just be drafted and we'll bring them up here. And we'll do that manually this time. Let's go ahead and do that. Perfect. Medic can now be undrafted. Ueli needs to be rescued, but that's okay. Medic, if you could prioritize rescuing and healing, that would be good. Crow has died. Okay, I guess they didn't get tended in time. That is what it is. I didn't even see them in here, but, you know, it is what it is. We'll haul all of that stuff out. At least we have 3 prisoners available for us. Do we want to try and get a heart off of one of these guys? In terms of who's the best, I mean, plants, we don't really need that many more planting people in our outposts. So, yeah, maybe we go ahead and see if we can't steal a heart. I don't know if we actually have the things available to do that, but we do. Harvest heart. See if we can do that and then potentially do a little bit of an operation. Now, I believe if we jump into MISC, we do have an operating table available in here. It's not the best, but it's going to be better than a general bed. And we'll see what happens. If I jump into medic here and say, can I prioritize operating? Let's do that. And we'll try and get Ueli a new heart. They might die from the procedure, but it might just overall be a good thing. So we'll see how that goes. Let me just quickly make sure that this can accept hearts. Perfect, because we want to keep it frozen. So they died during surgery, but we do have a heart. I would like to haul that urgently. I'm going to get medic to do that just so that the heart doesn't go off. Where are you taking it? Okay, you're taking it up there. Body parts. Where would body parts be? There. Okay, that's not allowed to go up there. Oh, he's taking that. Okay. Let's go ahead and drop them if we can. Let's stop that. Medic. Do you still have the heart? Yeah, you do. Okay, let's drop that and then say prioritize hauling heart. Okay, they're still going to take them up there first, but I think it'll be okay. And then, if we find Ueli, wherever they may be, jump into health, can we go ahead and install... Is it install? Nope. What would this be called? Okay, so we have installed denture jaw, but maybe it's because our heart isn't in storage yet. So we'll wait for that heart to be in storage and then we'll double check on that again. In the meantime, I would like Ueli to prioritize working on that operating table. We have a shoot frenzy. These guys are critical, but they just have blood loss, so they should be okay. And I believe the heart is now down here. Fantastic. We have a quest available. I don't really care about any of those rewards, so we are going to say absolutely not. Let's find Ueli again. And operations. Can we now install a heart? We can. Requires medical 8. Success rate, death chance on fail is 25%. It's not great, but it is what it is. We're going to wait for this to be installed and then we will go from there. All right, we officially have that in. Ueli can now be queued up to install said heart. And Ueli, do I like rest until healed on there? Medic, I will get to clean the hospital just to make sure that we have the best possible chances. And hopefully they clean up all of this quite nicely. It is now clean. Ueli is coming up to rest until healed. And now I would like to prioritize operating on Ueli. Medic should go ahead and grab that. Nanan, I'm going to say clean the hospital. Just keep it as clean as possible. And medic has the heart in their inventory. Bring it over. Anders, once you're finished with that, go ahead and... Okay, hospital's clean. We don't have to worry about that. Medic is beginning the operation. Let's see how this goes. Fingers crossed, it's good. We just got a delivery of steel. Absolutely fantastic. Come on, Ueli. Make it through. Artery blockage, major. Anesthetic, psychic healing. Success? Yeah, success. All right, absolutely fantastic. Psychic healing should help you a little bit there as well. Since you're already in a coma, medic doesn't have enough to regrow limbs. I was going to say we could potentially go ahead and regrow that right hand that got shut off, but our first successful operation. I mean, the operation to harvest the heart wasn't particularly successful. They did die, but Ueli no longer has an artery blockage. Absolutely amazing. All right, I'm going to let them continue on with what they're doing, and we'll come back in a little bit. Did I never connect this to the power grid? I don't think I ever connected this to the power grid. Well, that was silly. We should probably go ahead and do that. Puma has also gained a Psychas level. I'm just going to upgrade their skills. Lily has Inspired Taming, and oh my goodness, I can't believe we've had all of this power just sitting here. I was wondering why we were, waiting so long. Apparently we rescued an animal. I did not know about that. I guess that's Javier over here. Where are they? Where is Javier? Apparently we rescued a moose. I don't think we did. I think it healed naturally and we didn't do anything about it. It has a gunshot. In terms of training, it's not trainable. What are moose good for? The largest and heaviest member of the deer family, well adapted to life in cold climates, can easily be identified due to the size of the antlers and long, thin legs. Cannot carry packs, but domesticated moose can be milked. Unlike other deer species, moose do not form herds and are solitary animals. So basically useless. I'm going to go ahead and slaughter said moose. Sorry, Javier. And move on with our day. I'm quite happy with the animals that we have at the moment. Potentially I could think about adding some more donkeys so we had some more weight when we do caravans, but I'm happy enough as it is, so I'll let them continue on for now. And we have a prison break. Thankfully, Anders is right here. Oh, they have a crossbow. Anders is not melee anymore. That's my bad. Sorry, old Anders too. Ruben is right here though. So we can go ahead and bring them down. Honestly, they should be able to deal with it pretty much by themselves. Just get him to stand in the door and beat these guys down before they even get out. Go ahead and attack him. And go ahead and melee attack them. And they're both down. Perfect. I will go ahead and undraft. They can be captured. Capture. And good to go. 2 conditions need tending, 4 conditions need tending, but overall they will be okay, and we don't have to worry about it too much. So it turns out these are actually insects. And I don't want insect corpses stored in there. Instead, I would like them to be burnt. And we are generating quite a lot of this fecal sludge as well. We should potentially stop generating that very, very soon. But for right now, I think one of our best courses of action is going to be to basically add a few more of these burn pits. That will both allow us to burn up this fecal sludge a little bit quicker and also burn up any corpses a little bit quicker. Now, in terms of what I want to store here, I would like animal corpses that are insects as well to come in here, and this should probably be expanded just a little bit, just in case we do have some larger raids. And then I would also like to add a new bill for cremating corpses, and this is going to be specifically for cremating insect corpses, and that should be good. So we'll go ahead and do that. As soon as these are built, I'll copy these over to the other ones, and we will go from there. Alright, ground penetrating scanner is officially up and running. Now, like I said before, we can't actually build it because it requires advanced components, but it is finished nonetheless. Now, we could also move on to advanced fabrication. That way we would be able to build our own. But I think that goes a little bit against the playthrough we're doing. I don't want to dive too deep into the industrial tech tree because our colony is still technically only medieval. So there might be a couple things in here that I would like to get before we finish this all out. But for right now, I'm not really seeing anything that I really need. A lot of these things are just nice things to have. Transport pods could be cool for doing a little bit of mining with Miranda off-site and bringing it back. But other than that, I'm not really interested in a ton of this. I feel like we've gone far enough into the industrial tech tree that we now should go back and focus on some of the things we didn't take before. Things like complex workshops, things like, modern furniture would be kind of nice. That gives us ergonomic beds, although our beds are actually pretty good at the moment, so I'm not too concerned about that. Sewage sludge composting would be good. This turns sewage into fertilizer. I don't know if we'll need it. Maybe. maybe not. I mean, we're doing fine with the amount of farming that we currently have. The point of doing this really is just to advance our tech tree. So I think I will go for things like grilling. Swimming pools could be fun. Plate armor could be good to have. Let's go ahead and queue up. Let's do medieval architecture, siege equipment, and plate armor. We'll get grilling in there as well, and then we will go from there. So this may induce a couple of raids, but I feel like at this point we can sort of take it. We do have a couple of bullpup rifles ready to go. I need to assign them at some point, but I think I'm just going to wait until we have all of them so I can do it all at once because I'm a little bit lazy like that. We are doing pretty well in the steel and component department, and this room is almost done. So once they've finished that off, I will go ahead and start upgrading all of our walls and just shoring up our defenses that little bit more. Hello, these people are actually selling some advanced components. Let's go ahead and get that going so that we can see what we're dealing with there. And they also have some plasteel. We can't afford the plasteel. I don't want to sell my plasteel either though. And otherwise, they have some gene packs. We're not really there yet. Otherwise, it's pretty much is what it is. They have an arcade machine, a long wave radio, and a telescope. Secrets of research might be good to have. I'll take that and expand our book collection just that little bit more. And that should be good. So we now have 2 advanced components. The question is, what do we need to do to actually get this deep drilling up and running? Is that in miscellaneous? We also should build the comms console and the orbital trade beacon at some point soon, as well as the trading terminal. Ground penetration scanner requires 1 advanced component. And then in terms of drilling, where is the deep drill? Production? Deep drill. That does not require any advanced components. So we should be able to go ahead and grab ourselves the scanner. And I believe this has to be outside. You'll need to, it doesn't work under a roof. Yes. So this needs to be outside somewhere, which is fine. We could potentially even just set this up in here. I think that'll be fine. We could also go ahead and build 2 of them. Do we want to put these in their own separate room? Or do we just want to have them sort of willy-nilly around our base? I think I'm just going to sit one in here for the moment, see how it goes. I'll grab that and throw that in there just so that they can be comfortable while they're doing it. I'll let them build that up and we'll see how it works. So we'll come back in a little bit. All right, grilling is officially finished. I would like to go ahead and actually set up a grill. So let's jump into the kitchen here and say electric grill. Oh, it's only a 1x1. That's not too bad. We can't set it there, but we can go ahead. Let's go for there for right now. We'll see how that works. That is going to take some wood and some steel. There are no options on that, so that's fine. That can be placed down just so that I don't forget. And then we have a raid from the Omulant Kingdom coming in. They are planning on breaching our walls. So let's go ahead and get everyone drafted. In theory, they should breach somewhere down here. So I'm tempted to just wait for them to do so. Sit up here and yeah, once they come through the wall, we can go ahead and shoot them. Let me just figure out where they're going to try and breach first. Looks like all the way up there. Are you going to continue moving up? Nope. Okay. Let's go ahead and get everyone in a nice straight line and start shooting. They can be down there. That should be absolutely fine. And get some shots off. This honestly really shouldn't be too much of an issue. We will, of course, need to remember to actually repair our wall, but overall, yeah, they're already fleeing, and we're going to take a couple more of them out in the meantime. That should be good. Let's go ahead and undraft and see just who we've got in here. Cooking art, no, you're unwaveringly loyal, unwaveringly loyal. You have cooking plants, not really interested. I really just want crafting. 5 crafting is enough for me to try and take you, but not prioritize it. No, oh, you. Yes, you I would like. You're bleeding out in 0.4. That is Leonard Polymeru. Let's grab Medic here. Redraft them. Stabilize. Leonard. Potentially we can get them. If not, it is what it is. Unwaveringly loyal. Unwaveringly loyal. Nope. Nope. Plants. Oh, you're bleeding out in 0.6 hours, so that's probably not going to happen. And you have 4 in crafting. That's good enough for me. Let's see if we can't grab some of those people and get them in. Let's grab everyone except for Medic, because Medic is currently on a job. Stop that and see if we can't grab a couple of these people. Medic has officially done that one. Let's go ahead and undraft them. Capture Leonard. And who else are we capturing? This guy? If someone wants to do that, that would be fantastic. You're cremating. Why is no one doing this? You're now bleeding out in 0.6 hours, so that's probably not going to happen at this point. Oh, we got someone over here. Catrion decided to take them, and that should be about it. Yeah, you are now dead. That's okay. Let's go ahead and select everyone that we possibly can that is still alive. Say finish off, and get these walls fixed up, especially because this is in our pen. Catrion, you can please prioritize constructing both of those. Let's check on our prison down here. Leonard is being tended to. Absolutely fantastic. Catrion, I don't know what happened there, but prioritize capturing. And then Catrion, can you please prioritize tending? You are going to be fine. We will recruit you. You should be fine, maybe. 0.4 hours, it's going to be close. 0.8, I think you'll be okay. Yep, you're going to be fine. We'll recruit you as well, and that should be fantastic. All right, this is still open over here. Someone didn't do their job. Puma is doing that. Catrion, can you please prioritize doing this? I don't want all my animals getting out, please. Catrion, come on. I believe in you. There you go. Done. And the wall is repaired. We have 1 pig getting away, but someone should go ahead and capture them very, very soon, and we can move on with our day. So we'll come back in a little bit. Somehow Lex down here got knocked down. I guess that's why. They have a bad back, a bite scar, they're frail, they have hearing loss in both ears, and they have Alzheimer's. I am going to go ahead and rescue them, see if we can't heal them up a little bit, and improve our relations with the clan that they are from, which is the White Pit Settlement. Now, currently, the White Pit Settlement here, we are friendly-ish with. We're pretty neutral. Natural goodwill is -40, but we're okay with them, so I don't mind rescuing one of their colony people. Are you okay? Yeah, you're fine. You're just sleeping for some reason. So we will rescue them and see if we can't heal them up. I don't know if they're actually need to be healed or if they're just, you know, a little bit dumb. We can prioritize feeding, but we can't prioritize healing. I might go ahead and get a heal on them, just with the Psycast. I don't know if it's going to help too much, but, you know, it might make them better overall. And then we'll go ahead and rescue, sorry, not capture. I don't want to capture. And then prioritize feeding. Just look after them for a little bit, see if we can't send them on their way and improve our relations by helping out another clan. All right. Some caravan animals have wandered in. They seem to belong to some sort of caravan. They are companion dryads. Interesting. Sure. And then we have a siege from the Treaty of Dinenvenbo. And they are going to besiege our colony. That is not ideal. We also did finish medieval architecture, which is kind of fun. But we need to deal with this siege first. So I'm going to station everyone down here just to start with. And then we'll figure out whether or not we can take these guys out with a similar tactic that we did last time. I'm hoping that we can use our meteors again. For right now, I would like everyone to come straight out this door. And then from there, we'll move down to here. So their drop pods are coming in. We need to grab, I believe it's Ruben. If I send him over here, we should, in theory, be able to meteor shower that general vicinity. Beautiful. Get them coming in. Now, potentially we won't kill everyone, and it looks like we did not, but they are now assaulting the colony. I'm wondering whether or not we can run all the way back up here and potentially bait them to use our kill box. If I get them to come all the way up. No, we're going to be too slow. Miranda is going to get caught if we do that. Instead, let's get everyone to spread out sort of around there, and maybe we can take them out with some shots. Miranda might go down here. I might even just send Puma back a little bit to help Miranda out. That might be okay. Miranda, if you could please then stop there and shoot at them. Puma is getting pummeled. Okay, this is not good. This is not good at all. Everyone is in place, but we need to get back. Okay, they're down. Let's get you up, you up. Puma, I need you to get out of there. Puma might die here. Puma is down, but not dead. That's good. Let's get everyone with guns in a line at the front. Miranda is stopped again. Go here, please. Can you guys hit them? That would be fantastic if you could. Okay, I guess not, but hopefully we can still manage this. Okay, they're down. Let's go ahead and... Okay, Miranda is now down as well. Miranda is bleeding out in 3 hours. Puma is bleeding out in 1. Puma might not make this. But I'm hoping... Okay, they're fleeing. That's good. That is very, very good. Let's get Medic to go ahead and stabilize them. And we'll get Catrion to go ahead and stabilize Miranda. Everyone else can just keep shooting at them. Keep them nice and far away. And we should be okay. You're bleeding out in 2 hours now. Medic is stabilizing there. Everyone else can be undrafted. Miranda is now bleeding out in 9 hours. You can get undrafted, rescue them. Medic can now be undrafted, rescue Puma. That was a little bit sketchy. That was definitely not the best way to do that. Did they leave us any goodies down here? Yeah, we have some steel and stuff. Let's go ahead and allow all on the map so that we can go ahead and collect that once they're finished healing everyone. And then I guess we may as well go ahead and have a look at whether or not we want any of these people. I'm not going to prioritize this, but I will go ahead and capture anyone with crafting that's like above 4. You have some decent plant skill. I guess we can take you. You have crafting. Perfect. You have nothing that I want. Nothing that I want, and you're unwaveringly loyal, and I believe that is about it. So we'll just let the game run, probably at a slower speed. Puma and Ruben's fine. Ueli is bleeding out in 21 hours, but you're being tended. Anders is tending to Miranda, so they should be fine, and Emily is tending to Puma. So I think we're okay. Cannot capturable, no unreachable. Oh, our prison is full. Our prison is full. Okay. Well, who do we want more then? Bio. You have 4 crafting. You have 5 crafting. Let's cancel that one. And you have 8 crafting. So I want you more than anyone else. How many people do we have in here? 3. So we should be able to do that. Actually, you know what I can do? Let's just go ahead and grab furniture and say sleeping spot, sleeping spot, sleeping spot, sleeping spot. That's 3 more beds in our prison. Perfect. And then we can come back in here and say I would still like to capture you, and I'd still like to capture you. That should remove that alert. And yep, they are now getting captured. Whether or not they all live, I don't know, but we've at least captured them. So that's something at the very, very least. 1 died. That is what it is. We have you coming in. Let's recruit. Can someone please tend to them? That would be fantastic. Cooper, are you new? Yes, you are. Let's go ahead and tend to them. And I believe that's it. I believe that is it. We made it through that. That was a little bit scary, but we're okay. In terms of what happened, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Ruben is fine, and Miranda is fine. Perfect. I will let them continue on for a little bit. The main slow point on this is we are out of marble. I did go ahead and designate some to be hauled down here, but that will take a little bit of time. In the meantime, I actually think it might be worthwhile going ahead and redoing my work tab from scratch, because this is getting a little bit messy. I appreciate that some people aren't, doing what they should be at all times. So let me go ahead and fix this up, and I'll come back in a little bit. This is what I've come up with for the moment. I think this will be a little bit better. Priority 9 on basically everyone on hauling and cleaning, just because I want that done. And I'm going to lower that to priority 8, because I would like that done first. And then if there's nothing left to do, everyone can go ahead and do some stone cutting, because, they can. And that should be okay. I don't have anyone set for art at the moment, but we're not making art at the moment, so that shouldn't be a big deal. Hopefully that helps out with productivity just a little bit. It also might help out with the TPS, although our TPS isn't doing too bad at the moment. We're around 600 when I'm on the 4th speed here, and I think that's okay. Lex here just continues doing random things. I don't know what to do about him. Hopefully at some point he just leaves the map, but yeah, there's really not much we can do. Now, we do have a raid coming in from Willis. They are attacking immediately. Pretty big group, but again, this setup here is serving us very, very well. So let's go ahead and get Ruben and Puma in first. They can now go in the middle. Everyone else can go ahead and get drafted, go around them, now that we don't have those arbalists in the way. And we should be able to dispatch these guys very, very quickly. And honestly, very little threat whatsoever. They got about halfway before they decided to start fleeing. They were Neanderthals too, which is a little bit harder to take down. So overall, quite good. Quite good. Let's go ahead and I'll do a time lapse of me grabbing all of the people that I want. I may have to go ahead and install a few more beds in here, which is easy enough to do. We can just basically fill this entire thing up. We could potentially even add some on the sides if we wanted to. I don't think it's really a big deal. We also have some weapons in here, which I definitely need to clear out, but I'll jump into a time lapse and we'll get all of these guys recruited if they are any good at crafting. Alright, unfortunately we didn't get any of them, but that sort of just is what it is. We do have a colonist that can gain expertise, and that is going to be in shooting. So we have the option for sharpshooting, aiming, reloading, or sniping. Sharpshooting will increase weapon handling and aiming accuracy. Aiming will improve aiming time. Reloading will improve reloading speed, and sniping will improve weapon range factor. I think I want to go for sharpshooting. Aiming accuracy and weapon handling seems like a good idea to me, so we'll go ahead and get that assigned and continue on with our day. And Lex ended up dying. Sorry, Lex. I mean, it wasn't looking good for you anyway. How old were you? 75? Yeah. It just sort of is what it is. There really wasn't much we could do. We couldn't help them out too much. And now they're gone. I apologize. Maybe someone from your clan will come and pick you up, but probably not, because you'll probably end up getting burnt. I apologize that. I hope you wanted to get cremated. If you didn't, sorry. I mean, since everyone is in here, I kind of want Medic's psi focus to go all the way up so that we can recruit all of these guys in one foul swoop. Since they're already in here, let's go ahead and do a Night of the Embered Skies. Okay. Apparently I can't because they're all attending a party. Let's then cancel said party by drafting them, undrafting them, selecting this. Night of... Okay, why is no one participating? Is that not what it's called? Why? I don't understand why they can't participate. Maybe they're all still having a party? Okay, apparently drafting them didn't help. I guess I'll wait for this party to be over and then we'll do a Night of the Embered Skies. There we go. Night of the Embered Skies, 100% quality, 80% chance for it to be good. That will recharge psi focuses, which is fantastic. Everyone will get their things, gather in our nice little room, grab their Emberclaw Clan glasses, link down and below, and hopefully it's a good one. Let's find out. It is almost finished. It's a nice full room. I kind of like that they can do it in here with the open roof. That was beautiful. That'll give everyone +6 mood for 6 days, and the psi focus of all participants has been fully recharged. That is going to allow me to grab Medic here, draft them, bring them into here, and then we can go ahead and do a group link. Once you're in here, let's go ahead and group link up. Everyone is now linked, and we can go ahead and do Word of Trust. I don't know why I can't see what they're called anymore. I believe it's this one. Let me just quickly double check, because I definitely don't want to do the wrong one. Where is it? This one. Yeah, Word of Trust. Speak to the prisoner while using Psychic Suggestion. Yes, it is. Perfect. So we will go ahead and do a Word of Trust on the closest person. And now everyone should, in theory, have 0 resistance, but of course they do not. Why did that not work? Let's try that again. There we go. Now we're doing it. Word of Trust is complete, and now everyone should have a resistance of 0. We can now undraft Medic. They'll go about their day, and that is fantastic. So they should all get drafted very, very quickly. We'll send them off to the appropriate camps and go from there. Alright, since mostly what's slowing this down is the fact that we don't have any marble and it is somewhat slow to produce, although we are producing it, I figure now is as good a time as any to go ahead and finally upgrade our walls. So I'm going to go around the entire thing. Actually unlock some things. Do we need any of that? We have like castle doors and stuff. I don't think I want that just yet. We also have cloth walls and timbered walls, but they seem pretty bad. Slow to build, but much more resistant to damage. Still flammable. Yeah, no. We're just going to go with granite walls around the entire base. So I will go into a time lapse as I get all of these laid down, and we will come back in a little bit. Alright, walls are all officially queued up. They're going to work on that for a little bit. All of our caravans made it to their destinations with absolutely no problems whatsoever. We also have this person down here with paralytic abrasia. They will eventually go somewhere else. They don't have any skills whatsoever. So, I mean, I guess that makes sense. They are only 10. I feel a little bit bad leaving them out there, but they're not someone I really want to deal with, so they're going to be left out there, and I hope you guys don't hate me for it. This is RimWorld after all. So I'll let them continue building all these walls, getting some marble cut, hopefully, finishing this room off, and we are still continuing with research as well with siege equipment and plate armor. So we'll come back in a little bit. Honestly, I think we need another stone cutting bench. We're just not keeping up whatsoever. So I am going to go ahead and build another one up here. I'll also throw in a table and throw in a workbench there, although it actually probably doesn't need it because it should connect to this one and this one, potentially this one. So it should have 2 there, and that should be good. Also, we have some steel in here that I definitely need to haul out of there. And Ueli, I would like you to please prioritize working on that stone cutting table so that we can get this stone cut a little bit faster. I would go ahead and switch my mining settlement to be making either marble or granite, but I would much rather have steel. Honestly, much rather have steel. So I will go ahead and copy you, paste you in there, and that should be good to go. This should have connected to, yeah, it's connected to 2 tool cabinets. Work speed is 162%. Fantastic. We do have a lot of people that can do stone cutting, so hopefully they get that done relatively quickly, and we can go from there. I don't want any of that, and we have a combat supplier coming in. I'll check their trade, get rid of any junk, and move on with our day. We have a raid coming in. They are going to try and breach us again, which is unfortunate. I think I might do the exact same thing we did last time. Draft everyone except for the children, obviously. Set them up like inside here, because I feel like they're probably going to try and breach down here. And just take them out as they come in. Seems to be one of the best ways to go about this. They are attacking now, and in they come, and immediately we're going to get shots off. And hopefully just take them all down to the point where they retreat, which is exactly what we want. There we go. Nice and easy. Undraft everybody, and let's see if we have any crafters in the mix. You have insane shooting and melee. You're kind and abrasive. Okay. Yeah, that's suppressed because of that gene. So while you would be a good combat person in terms of melee, I don't think I want you, but I would like you to be a part of our crafting settlement. Absolutely. And you're unwaveringly loyal. You have nothing I want. Social and intellect is insane there. They're staggeringly ugly, and they don't have any other skills that I want, so we're just going to ignore them. I'll capture you. Capture you. No. And the rest are running away. So that should be all good to go. Let's go ahead and stop everyone there so that hopefully... Why does no one do this first? Capture is priority 1. The only other things are rescue and patient come before that, and doctoring. So why are they not just immediately running down here to capture these guys? That is my question. They do eventually, but it takes them forever. And they're not even capturing, they're just hauling dead bodies away. So I don't know what that's about, but I don't like it. I don't like it at all. And I don't know if anyone... Oh yeah, we got one captured. They need to be healed, please. So let's get... Can Dragon do healing? No, of course not. Someone is reserved to go ahead and do things in here though, so we should be okay. They're also not bleeding out forever, so that should be absolutely fine. Medic, can you please... Oh, you don't... Do you not need tending? Did you just tend to yourself? What is happening here? Cannot take to bed. No prisoner bed available. What do you mean? Are you just up and about? I guess so. I guess so. Are you... I think they're literally self-tending, but, you know, that is what it is. Alright, sure. If you want to tend to yourself in my prison, that is absolutely fine by me. We will go ahead and set you to be recruited. And I don't know if they're going to get anyone else. No, this person is just going to bleed out, and that's fine. I will go ahead and say, please prioritize working on these 2 parts of the wall where they came through, just so that we don't have a hole in our wall, and we can go from there. Alright, we have some more good news. We officially have 8 out of 10 bullpup rifles built. We have full stacks of ammo, so we can now go ahead and change everyone who has a crossbow to instead have a bullpup rifle. And I'm thinking like 150 rounds, because the bullpup rifle shoots at 1200 rounds a minute, I think, which is kind of insane. So having a decent amount of ammo for them is going to be important. I will go ahead and rename this to bullpup, and then also change crossbow handler to be the exact same. So you will get armor piercing ammo, 150 rounds, no longer carry a crossbow, and this will be bullpup H. Perfect. Done. And with that said, we can also jump into our ranged apparel here and turn off the quiver, because everyone should now have an ammo pack instead, which is set there, and that should be good to go. I am curious whether Lily is finally wearing all her gear or not, and I think she is. She has the great dress, the vest, elephant leather shoes. So yeah, she should have a decent bonus to her social, which is quite nice. And yeah, I think at this point, unless anything major happens, I'm just going to let them get on with the walls. We'll send Waven off to their site, which is going to be our crafting site, which is this one here. We now do officially have the cumulative crafting skill of 66. So we're getting 132 components in every 15 days, which is actually kind of insane. We'll go ahead and send, not Stefanton, you don't have a gun, Waven over there to go ahead and do that, and that should be fantastic. This is still mining steel. We can potentially change this to components as well if we want to, if we're ever that low on components. We can also mine plasteel from here as well. This is now producing 2,000 wood a year, and that is fantastic. The question is, do we want to grab 66 advanced components? I think we do. We have 194 regular components in already, and I would potentially like another deep drill scanner thing. Problem is, we don't have room for it in there, so we might have to figure something else out. I'm thinking we could potentially utilize this space over here to be our deep drill room. Just because, I mean, the animals come on here, they make it filthy anyway, so that might be worth doing, but I think that might have to happen in the next episode. For right now, I'm going to let this run for a little bit longer, and we will come back as soon as they've made some more progress on the walls, or when we get another raid. And with that, plate armor is finished, but we are getting another siege, so hopefully we can deal with this somewhat nicely. Let's go ahead and get everyone to group up over, not the kids, group up over here where they'll be out of sight. We'll see where this is going to land. For right now, I'm not going to queue up another research project. I think we'll save that for the next episode. If you guys have any suggestions as to what we should do for that, please do go ahead and let me know. I think I can maybe squeeze everyone in there. Not quite. Let's go for there for now. We'll do the same trick. We'll use Ruben, set up a meteor shower, and then if they choose to attack us, we should be able to run back inside our base in time and have this work. So if, not Puma, sorry, Ruben can now move up to here, and I don't know if that's going to be a long enough range. It doesn't look like it is. That is a little unfortunate. Ruben might have to go on a little bit of a mission here to get this to happen, or alternatively, we could go ahead and say, well, if I do a meteor shower, yeah, that's not going to be enough. That is not going to be enough. If I could somehow sneak him up and around, I don't know what the range on these guys' weapons are. Honestly, they don't look like they have anything with too high a range. That's the biggest that we've got. So yeah, we might be able to get this done. Ruben, come out this way, up to this, and hide behind here. You might have a shot go off on him, but not quite, so that's good. And then we can at the very least meteor shower there. And I think I will. I don't think I want to risk moving up to this point. So I'm going to meteor shower there. And then we will grab everyone with big gun, which is those guys. And we will set them up to calm. Maybe down here is a decent spot. And they can start... Oh, that didn't work. Somewhere down there, they can start shooting at them. As soon as Ruben does that, I'm going to get him to run back this way. Alright, they're assaulting the colony. That's fantastic. I'm going to leave these guys here for now. But everyone else can come back in here. And I think that will be good. Ueli, you can also come back in here. I think you're a bit slow at the moment. Ruben is going to make his way back as well. These guys should start shooting as these guys get closer. They don't have a lot of range, so I'm okay with leaving them out in the open for a little bit here. And we might even just be able to deal with them directly like this. And I think we might be okay. Alright, we're starting to get shots back, so I am going to send these guys back inside. Oh, they're fleeing. Never mind. Ignore that command, please. Let's undraft everyone, see if there's anyone worth taking. Honestly, at this point, we have so much crafting. The only thing that I would like more of is mining, which we do have here, so I will go ahead and prioritize getting them. They're bleeding out in 7 hours, so we should be able to do that. Absolutely no problems whatsoever. Who else is down? You are down. You have decent mining as well, so let's try and take you. You have no mining, so probably not. I don't think you're... Oh, yeah, you are down, but you don't have mining. You don't have mining. I think that'll probably do us. Yeah, let's go ahead and call that good. I might even just leave these guys drafted for a second, so that no one just starts healing up in the meantime. And I think that'll be okay. We'll continue shooting at them, get a couple more of them down. I'm not going to worry about checking them. I don't think it's worth our time. And then we can undraft them, and hopefully everyone goes ahead and actually heals some of these people up and captures them. I'm going to keep an eye on my prison for anyone coming in, because sometimes they don't like to treat them right away, and that's just not ideal. For instance, to Phantom, can you please... Nope, you're not a person who can do that. You're bleeding out in 4 hours. Medic, you are cleaning blood. I'll get you to prioritize tending there. We will haul that urgently. And that might be all we get. So I'm going to set you to be recruited. In terms of mining, you have 11, which is honestly pretty good. And we can move on with our day. Everyone left up here can go ahead and get finished off, and that'll be fine. And I believe that is where I will leave the episode for today. This room is very, very close to being complete. Our walls are almost completely built, but I have been recording for over 2 hours now. So, what is this? Katia Dodson, Ruthless Guide of Treaty of Dinneverbo, has died. The new Ruthless Guide is Harriet Gross. Okay, interesting. Enemy influenced. So they died in a major blow. Their strength is affected by half for 26 days, and raids are prevented for 13 days from these people in particular, I believe. So that's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. But yeah, like I said, everything is almost finished. We'll finish that all off in the next episode. If you'd like to suggest what we do next, that would be absolutely fantastic. Go ahead and leave that as a comment below, or just leave a comment and a like for the sake of engagement if you have been enjoying the series. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Consider becoming a Golden Panda member if you would like to be a part of the clan, or just becoming a regular member if you would like early access to all of my videos. But until next time, happy building. Happy surviving. Bye, guys.